Hey everybody, Scott Spreitzer here, DocSports.com. It is Thursday, January 24th, 2019. Got a free pick coming up in just a moment. If you've yet to become a member at DocSports.com, want to give it a trial run, real cool way to do it. You click on the link below the video, get set up for a free $60 account. Think you'll be glad you did. You can use that on any of my daily packages or anybody else over at DocSports.com. Again, a $60 free account. Just click on the link below the video. All right, before I get to today's free pick, last night we cashed in the NBA. We went 1-2 overall, counting Hawaii here last night in college baskets. Unfortunately, lost the top play on Valpo as they came up well short in that game. Hawaii hangs on late, ekes in to get that cover after blowing the outright lead in the second half. But we got to turn things around in college baskets and get back on track over the past 3 days. Let's get back on track on Thursday. Got two plays that fit what we're looking for on Thursday's slate, and both will be available Thursday morning, DocSports.com. It's been a crappy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in college baskets. We look to get back on track on Thursday, going 2-0 in college basketball. Also, the NBA, I mentioned I won last night. We had a total last night of the NBA that cashed, and we're now 67% on our current NBA run. Some 16, 17 plays now, and we're up over $2,500 for $100 per unit bettors during this pro basketball run. We do have NBA, late night game in the NBA for Thursday, available at DocSports.com. And, of course, NHL now off for the All-Star break, so we'll wait a few days to get back involved on the ice. As far as what's going on with the Super Bowl and the betting of the Super Bowl, some books start to put out those props a little bit more every day. We got the Westgate Superbook with a ton of props that have come out, and we're going to jump on a couple of those on Friday morning's video. We're going to analyze it a little bit more. We got them on Thursday late, and on Wednesday late, so we weren't able to really jump into them yet, and we don't want to put anything out there without really truly handicapping the props. So we'll have a few more props coming up on Friday's report. As far as the betting is concerned and some of the offshore numbers, we've seen still over 80% of the tickets and the overall money being bet on New England. New England's still a 2.5-point favorite after opening up a short dog. The total sitting at 57.5 for the most part. That total's been as high as 59.5. And there's really been no big wagers, at least according to Jason Simmel over at CG Sportsbooks. He told me they've taken no real big wagers to report on as of yet. That'll change next week. And as you know by now, about 90% of the action on the Super Bowl every year comes in over the final 48 hours leading up to kickoff. But again, over 80% on New England. I did see the South Point, by the way, folks. If you were checking it out or had a line service to pay attention to it, we're on Twitter. Chris Andrews from the South Point mentioned on Tuesday afternoon, we're going to 3 with the Super Bowl odds. We're going to take New England up to -3, and about 20 minutes later, they took it right back down to 2.5. So they definitely got Rams money and must have been looking for Rams money to raise that spread up to 3. But again, immediate action drove it right back down to 2.5. So listen, with the Westgate Superbook putting out a bunch of props yesterday, and again, we'll jump into those and have a couple for you on Friday morning. We'll do that on Friday's video along with the free play from basketball. All right, let's get to Thursday night's free play. We're going to back Michigan State minus the points on the road over the Iowa Hawkeyes. The problem with backing Iowa in meetings against the Spartans is that they really don't slow down Michigan State. I mean, at least try to hold them under 90 once in a while. I know they've won and covered 5 in a row, but again, I don't like the way the defensive matchups come into play for Iowa when they're taking on Michigan State. Now, the Spartans are also playing great defense. They allowed just 60 points per game in the last 7 tilts on 35% shooting, 25% three-point shooting. They play with, as I like to call it, nastitude, a little bit of nastiness, a little bit of attitude on the defensive end and on the glass, and they don't get into foul trouble. I kind of talked about this on the podcast we did this week. The last 7 Michigan State opponents, when they matched up against the Spartans, have averaged only 14 free throw attempts per game. So you got this great athletic defensive style of play, crashing the boards, but yet they don't get into foul trouble. And I think for the Hawkeyes, you got to hope to get some fouls called on your way. And so you get to the free throw line 18, 19, 20 times in this particular game. But if Michigan State plays like they normally do, that won't happen. They're laying 4.5, 5 like Michigan State, minus the points, the free play for Thursday. All right, again, don't forget 3 big basketball plays over at DocSports.com on Thursday morning. One from the NBA as we look to continue the red-hot run 2 from college baskets as we look to get back on track and go 2-0. All available Thursday morning, DocSports.com. All right, if you like the videos, click on that thumbs up button. Be sure to subscribe. We'll be right back here Friday, 4 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Pacific with your next report. Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. Let's put Thursday in the win column.